That is a weird climbing up the stairs animation. That is a weird. Hello, director. Hello, wow. Director. I'm concerned about this. Don't really want to pick up my stuff again. We did, but I think that Predator and Lefty has left the server. It's not final yet, they might just have a couple days crisis, but we'll see. But for now, we did merge clans, and I'm the clan leader now, so I ended up having more bases now, which is not something I necessarily wanted. To be honest, all my warriors that are deployed, they've been fixed after the server restart, so they no longer rebel against me. I can go into my old base and they will not be shooting me. Wasn't much gameplay in them, was there? I mean, yeah, it looks like online survival. The graphics look almost identical to Fallout 4 though. I'm not really after graphics in games, but it just seems like it's a Fallout 4 with online feature, which for me would be good enough. Yeah, let's see if it's like if it's an MMO style, or maybe it's map based, like Conan, for example, like 10 or so players on a single map. Yeah, I have had an internet shortage yesterday. The whole day without the internet. Felt like I was back in the Stone Age. Especially a day like yesterday, successfully fended off the auditors at work. Came back home to relax and there's no internet. I know, right? This time it was two women walking around and checking out safeties at the machines. And I was standing by one of the lathes, and they approached me and asked, "Why am I not wearing gloves?" And I'm like, "Are you seriously, like, are you seriously health and safety? You're asking me why do I not have gloves on a lathe? You need to educate yourself." And that's when they just backed off and started asking fewer questions. So that was quite a victory for me there. Yeah, I was laughing real hard, especially after they left. It was especially funny when there was more people standing nearby, and most of them were people that I have trained on how to use the machines, and I always kept telling them to never use gloves when they're trying to do something while it's on, while it's spinning and stuff. Never have gloves on you. And then she approached and asked for gloves, so all eyes went for me. It was like, no, I'm not walking into this one. And seriously, all the questions there. Health and safety. I understand that health and safety is important, but like, if you put too much of that equipment on you, then you're pretty much deaf and blind. So that's posing a much higher danger than not having all these things on. And they weren't even aware of that, because was like wearing gloves by the lathe. You know, if you get caught, like your finger get caught, and you don't have gloves on, you're just gonna get cut. I mean, yeah, it might be painful. It might be some blood spilling, and you might need to disinfection and stuff. But if you have your gloves on, then you're most likely gonna lose an arm or your entire body pulled by it, pulled by the jaws and anything. Wow, some of these stairs are just bugged. It wasn't like that before. Well, we are running out of content on Conan, but mostly running out of content because we're running out of players. Because, I mean, half the players, probably even less than half the players left because they had nothing to do anymore. But that's not why majority of the players left the game. The majority left because of the bugs and stuff that didn't get fixed as soon as possible. There are still some. Yeah, endgame is pretty hollow, but the endgame should be PvP. But the PvP, it's inexistent now. When if you're fighting another player, and you can both have if you're fighting another player, you can both have the health regeneration bug, which would mean none of you will be able to kill another. So that's kind of stale. And then when it comes to base raiding, no base is unraidable. No base is unraidable because there are exploits that will allow you to get into any base. Didn't use them on stream, and I'm not gonna use them on stream because I don't really want to show this kind of behavior. But they exist, and the sole existence of them makes any attempt to make an unraidable base futile. Yeah, that too. Did I leave the lift? Oh, yeah, for the whole day as well. But that's okay. Oh wow, I see the server population is pretty one-sided now. Is she holding the bow behind her? Like, the right arm is no, looks normal, but her left arm goes under her crotch. So that's a weird way to hold the bow. Yeah, that's a pretty weird way to hold the bow. Okay. Yeah. Right. I'll check the free legendary first. The way I'm keeping myself entertained is that this is the survival game. I haven't played any other survival games since early stages of Minecraft, so that's been quite a while ago. So I'm not like flushed out by Ark or Rust, as I haven't played them. And I still hope that the update is gonna come in the first half of this month. They said this month. I hope it's not on the 30th. I'm mostly interested in those 500 fixes though. Because I don't care about new dungeon as much as I care about being able to fight other players. Because it is a PvP game in the end. Multiplayer game. It's like AI enemies, they don't pose a threat once you figure them out. So the fighting other players is the only real endgame here. The raid pretty much ended on the arena, as having some friendly duels, really. But I just joined we merged clans with Wildhood, and they said that they had a bomb to pick with them. So I just went like, right, there's 5 of them, I call it target rich environment, I like it. But then again, straight after raid, there was so much drama going on that I was like, nah, I'm not into that. Oh wait, no ammo. Oh, that's a bugger. Oh, that's not good. I should have conserved that ammo a bit more. I'm just gonna poke him to death from over here. come on. Run! There you go. Yeah, boo to the drama. I mean, how I always like to approach video games is that you either have a challenge out of them because well, people like challenge. Oh, that's a good bow. People like challenge, right? You either have challenge or you just play them to relax, right? So if since we got the health back, there is no PvP challenge, you might as well relax, right? And drama is the opposite of relax, I would say. So yeah, currently I'm pretty much playing, but I'm waiting for that update most of all, and fixes in that update most among anything else. Because like new ammo sets, okay. I've been having this ammo ever since the game launched, and I think I've only ever made it once. I looked at the stats, they were crap, I threw it out, never made it again. I just hope they hurry up with it. I mean, it's been over a month now since the game launched, and they promised that there will be soon, right after launch, that we will be having balance and fixes and more stuff like that, but it didn't happen. Yeah, I mean, it's good for role-playing. It's not like I'm opposed to role-playing. But back in the day, I used to game master a lot of pen and paper games. It was quite a few years ago. Well, I mean, I'm not opposed to role-playing, but we need mechanics most of all. We need walking mechanics most of all. That's what they did with the Swangle and Volcano, right? They didn't release it into test life, and they did say it on stream that they are not releasing it before launch because they want population, they want people to come and check these new areas when the game launches, so that there's a lot of people and it's fun and stuff. If they try to, no, it's not if, it's pretty much self-explanatory and confirmed that they are trying the same tactic now with the new DLC and update. And unfortunately fixes, and unfortunately is that they are coming up now and not whenever they were done. I mean, if you go to a store and buy yourself a product and the product's faulty, you give it back and get it replaced. They get it fixed for you, or you get your money back. Well, in this case, it's a real bit more complicated. It's quite a shame because Famicom actually managed to establish the seemingly goodwill toward the player base with the streams and all that. And I mean, I felt empathy for them. They're a pretty small studio compared to like other AAA studios. Yeah, they made a pretty decent game. I mean, you can't deny it. It's quite fun to play in Conan Exiles, but they messed up on the PR, public relations, because you can't pull stuff like this. Oh yeah, definitely. But then again, it's not a single player game, because if you put it single player and, you know, just want to, well, finish the game, basically exit the exile lands, you can finish it within a day. It actually sounds like a good challenge for me. Well, yeah, you can. I'm pretty sure you can. Well, not pretty sure. I am sure you can finish it all within a day. And then you won't be saying that you got your money's worth back then. Oh, I suppose I'm not gonna fight that. And until it's fixed, there's not much to do in PvP either. I mean, I can just go and bag my health regeneration now, and then I'd be willing to see if there's anything or anyone that can take me down, if that's on the table. So how is that fun? I should have taken the throw with me. Back in the pen and paper days, Warhammer was like 80% of what I was playing. So I hope that answers the question real well. Yeah, I did play Warhammer Online as well. I don't know. I think the scene is still going on. It just it's just not as prominent with the internet and computers now. But there are people who still play it. It was real good, but well, it did close down eventually, even though it had quite a large player base when it was closing. But that was due to them not being able to extend the license for the Warhammer universe. It was quite a shame because I've seen games going on with not even a tenth of the player base that Warhammer Online closed with. Yeah, that was why. Which is weird because nowadays it seems like Warhammer is giving out license to pretty much anyone. It was license costs. I mean, it's not only that. There was like the Warhammer 40k game that was pretty much a clone of Plants vs Zombies as well, but like a shitty clone of Plants vs Zombies on top of that. It was a Warhammer licensed game, so that's how bad it really is. Because I know that before any game that came out with the Warhammer logo was pretty decent, like the Shadow of the Horned Rat, or from the Fantasy Warhammer, or then the Chaos Gate for Warhammer 40k. I'm talking about older titles. Yeah, Vermintide was pretty good. And obviously Warhammer Total War is a great game. I might play more of that later. Especially since there are some new there's some new DLCs out for that. I haven't had the chance to try the Tomb Kings yet. X-Packs? I played Dawn of War 1. I don't know what you mean by X, but do you mean like all the DLCs like Soulstorm and stuff like that? Yeah, I've played them. I think my favorite one was the one that you had the map. I think it was Soulstorm. It was the one that you had a large map and you were like taking over territories and such. That was my favorite one. But the second Dawn of War was good as well. It was pretty much a completely different game. But I really enjoyed playing the Last Stand out of the Dawn of War 2. It was quite fun because you could log in, like if you had a spare half an hour or so, and just have some quick fun. And all the different builds and characters leveling up. I played it for 10 minutes. I played Dawn of War 3 for 10 minutes. And I was like, oh, it's a MOBA, yeah, thanks, bye. Because believe it or not, I have never played, never even installed League of Legends or Dota 2. Well, pretty much any MOBA game. I never played them really. I don't wanna play them because I can see some people are really so on about it. I'm like, I don't really wanna even try that. Probably just in case I do like it. If I'm gonna get into the addiction level that some people get over these, just don't wanna try it. Because if people get so worked up over titles, over games, then it means it doesn't necessarily mean that the game is fun, but it usually means that the developer's marketing team did a great job. You know, there's a lot of techniques to get people addicted and worked up over a game. Like, you know, this is how all the MMOs got their success, right? People like watching numbers going high for some reason. Yeah, I've had a smartphone ever since they weren't called smartphones. They were called PDA back in the day. And I had these ever since, but I think I've only played Hearthstone on one of them, and it wasn't very often. I mean, I would really have to be like stuck somewhere waiting for an hour or more, then I would put it out and play some cards, but that is about it. Oh yeah, Nokia 3210, yeah, 3310. That was my first phone as well. It was a first phone for a lot of people. You gotta admit it was a pretty good phone. Done Unbreakable. But yeah, but about phone games and mobile games, nah. I mean, nah, not really. The same with browser games as well. I mean, why would you want to play a browser game if it can has its own executable file and just load itself and don't emulate through whatever browser you're using? Whoa, what? What? Okay. Huh. Does it have a roof over it, or is it just relying on the anti-climbing? Let's see what happens if I do this. Cool myself down. Oh, so it does have a roof. Okay, let's see that. They've reinforced that base as well. Don't understand that really, because you know, you can still take it down with just a few orbs. Enemies. I surely hope I don't have enemies on the server. I hope there will be players that would be willing to participate in PvP matches, maybe doing some sieges versus one another. Wait, what? What happened here? There used to be a base that had a map room in it. It's no longer there. This clan that I'm currently in, after the merge, Horde used to have a base over here, and all these archers were inside. No, it did not decay. I was here 2 days ago. No, it definitely did not decay. And these arches were up there, so these were moved. So I'm going to assume that either either one of the wild horde logged in and removed the base, or maybe it was removed in. Yeah, that was the base that was blocking the blacksmith. That was also the foundation still here. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no, I don't have a. I cannot do anything with it, so... No, he did not remove it because this foundation does not belong to the clan. So this has been placed by someone else. I'm gonna have a wild guess and say it's been removed. Not by the wild horde. Okay, I'm just gonna leave them here then. I mean, it wasn't my base, but I was certainly using that map room over there. I didn't build my own because there was one here that I had access to. Why build two map rooms in the vicinity? Generally, the NPCs have trouble fighting with anything larger, really. Oh, and there's even one NPC here too. Huh. Actually, I can ask Predator or Lefty, maybe both of them if they've removed the base. Give me a second. Alright, yeah, it's Predator did it, because he did say he promised to remove it, so he did. Okay, so there was no admin interception here. The Predator did remove the base by his own. Oh, so the breach bases, they took down the breach base as well. So it's no longer. I'll have to go by on the flows to get into the dungeon. And by that means that there is no map room here now. So I would have to walk to closest map room, which is quite far away now. Yeah, adding fence foundations to foundations does make it tankier. Because explosions and fire, it does not go through objects, so it will have to destroy the fence foundation before it can touch the foundation. It just adds another layer. And Matthias, I did not test archers versus gold because there is no avatars allowed on this server. I'll have to go up into my wheelbase now to get some water. I mean, some guys got so worked up over that blacksmith. Might as well go kill it just for sport. For this bugger here was the cause of a lot of drama, for which he pays with his life now. Yes, you are bugged, I don't care about you. mean, I know it's a legendary blacksmith, but he doesn't have any special recipe on him. And for blacksmith, you mostly want blacksmiths for the reinforcement to cost 1 instead of 2 ingots. But you can get that with blacksmith tier 2. Not really, but I don't think it will be hard to do if I would really want to find it. Pretty good at finding exploits in games. But there are worse things than 50 all stats in this game. Like if you were to like fight one another, you would take 50 into all stats, and I will have the health regen back. I would prefer the health regen back. Because I would be able to outlast you simply. And I was actually, when I was offline of the internet yesterday, I was thinking, I was trying to choose a game to play in offline mode. I wanted to play Fallout 4, but then again, if the 76 Fallout is coming out soon, I don't want to get burned out on the Fallout 4 before that. For the same reason, I don't play Mountain Blade anymore. For the bundle load is supposed to come out soon, so I don't want to get burned out on the warband as well.
Twisting the bracelets to their corrupted ways. We established an outpost, Zula, in the north, to watch the Serpent Men and prevent them from joining with their allies. And I began to formulate a powerful
So I ended up playing Golden Axe yesterday. Offline, obviously, because I had no internet yesterday. Was the first Golden Axe as well, not the second or the third part. Alright, no ammo. You know what, I might as well go straight for the Tyrus. Do it the speedrun way. I've killed the Skele in the entrance, so I shouldn't die when I'll be exiting. Hello, Tyrus. that almost hit me. That did, definitely. That was weird. Goodbye, tires. Still don't know why I'm farming all these hearts. Don't like the 100 or 200 sword in this game anymore. Well, as much as 100 sword, it is decent, but it's not as good as axes. The redeeming quality for a sword is that the light opener is really fast. I think it's even faster than a 200 light opener. I'm not sure of that though, but I think it is faster. And I'm not talking about animation, obviously, because that's faster for the light 100 sword opener. But I'm talking about when the hit will connect with the enemy. As the 200 hammer light attack, it connects almost immediately. I actually haven't dwelled into it all that much. I was checking it for the trolls, where I was looking for it, to see what the stats really are. And I was mostly like browsing items and seeing how much work will it be to make everything similar. Like do not have such a giant gap in between the low tier and high tier equipment, because that's pretty much limiting the equipment to the legendary and the highest tiers. Not even all legendaries, because some legendaries are bad in comparison to craftable weapons. Oh, what are they doing out here? I'll check for the tier 3 armor. I already see from here that it's tier 2. Could even be a tier 1. Yeah, it's tier 2. Not very happy fighting them. Yeah, the full body armor, I mean, it's like the Silent Legion armor, it looks great, right? And especially on the female model, the Silent Legion armor, it actually looks like a proper armor should look like. As in, it's not just bra and some undies, right? Oh, yeah, I know how the armor works in these MMOs. Oh, well, that's a well-placed arrow. Well done, NPC. Yeah, the ammo saved it, right? No, also a good game for proper female armors is Mountain Blade. Because like the full plate armor, you can barely distinguish them. Oh. Really? Well, I did have it in a title, so that could be misleading. I changed the title of a stream now. I changed the title when it comes up as a video to give it a full name, full day it is and such. I'll just change it into this because it doesn't tie me down to Conan Exiles, and I might be streaming other games soon as well. Maybe even some new ones like Pong or River Raid. Yep. Pong and River Raid. Oh, don't tell me you haven't heard of the River Raid as well. It was one of the first games that actually had any graphics in them. Yeah, the release date on these two titles, they're not that far apart. I can't tell you exactly because I'm not that much of a nerd to know all the release dates of the old school games. Actually, I'm quite terrible at remembering dates when it comes to that. So I never had great grades and from history back in school. Even though I do like history and I know a lot about it, but whenever someone asked what year was that, I was like, yeah, let's change the topic then. So it was like, let's just say it was between dinosaurs and now. Yeah, and I might stream some Golden Axe tomorrow, because I'm pretty sure one of the characters in that game is modeled after Conan, while the other one would be modeled after Red Sonja. It's also not a very new title. But it's fun. It's also very quick to finish, really. Oh, very quick to lose, since I'm not that good at the game. So have you guys been playing any other fun games recently, aside for the one we're currently playing? Oh, haven't even heard about that one. I'm not subscribed to neither the green or the Bumble. I don't really like having some random titles thrown at me. I like to be able to choose. Oh! So one good game I finished recently before, about 2 weeks before I came back to Conan Exiles, a month before release, was UFO Enemy Unknown, but the version that is now being called UFO, UFO Defense or something like that. The original one from 1988. UFO Enemy Unknown, it used to be called like this. Because despite it having super VGA, I don't even know if it was super VGA graphics. I think that it was still 320 by 240. Not sure now, but yeah, I think it was still the case. But despite for the graphics, it's still a superior strategy game. Because even the new one that they actually took or claimed to take all the ideas of the old one and just adding graphics, it was not the case. Because everything was simplified so much that it wasn't the same game anymore, not even close to it. And after UFO Enemy Unknown, there have been so many UFO games that these new ones are just the next in line, really. I often play some old games, but what's recently happening that I don't like so much is that companies are actually trying to milk the nostalgia out of us. So they are like re-releasing the games with like a minor change. They barely change anything, but they'll put almost like a full price tag on them anyway. And most of these games that they are re-releasing, well, most of them have became a freeware anyway. Oh, I got no ammo. Gonna run to that Oasis base and see if I can find any ammunition there. Why, he's a small brother to this one. Did he just ignore me? Right, thanks for that then. Well done, Agro. Oh, I just noticed that. Thanks for subscribing, Matthias. There's something not right here. We can have a tour inside since they already claimed that they're playing on a different server. I might go inside and have a look on stream. Why not? I actually want to find some arrows. might also get lost in here. Oh wow. Yeah, he does. I mean, yeah, the maze, the arena. You can't see arena from here, but it's there. Oh, I see bows, maybe arrows. Hopefully arrows. Nope. I'm not gonna take that leap of faith. Yeah, anything really. Well, as it turns out, it seems like it's me now. Is there a carpenter around? Oh, there he is, even two of them. Sticks, maybe? Hopefully? Sticks? Please? Yay! Huzzah! Yeah, pretty sure that will happen. Who is who? Oh wait, can you hear other people on the Discord here? That shouldn't be the case. Yeah, I think rain built up, so he hasn't been playing for a week or two now. I think I'll have a way down. Ah. Before I get lost into maze. Oh, that's good then. Because you know, if that's the case, then I should be warning them beforehand, right? I did just get a Bessie's bow out of him, right? That's one of the best bows. I would value it right under the splinter. Yeah, I'm also looking for the Black Dragon Pike, but haven't found any yet. And funny enough, Predator already found 3 of them. Alright, so let's see what legendary it is this time. Look at that. Fortune smiles upon me today. Not like I just talked about it, right? So this guy gave me the one of the best bows, and right after that, arguably the best melee weapon in the game. Cause yeah, it's got 5 more damage than Dragonbone Spear, but it's also giving 50 bonus stamina, so yeah, 240. That's that is an excellent weapon. Mostly because it's spear. And it deals almost as much damage as a Dragonbone Pike with a damage upgrade. It's like only one behind. So if you put damage on that, then you're right in for the money. Now obviously I'm gonna fall down the tree, die and lose all my equipment, but let's not get ahead too much. I hope I won't. I seriously hope I won't. So I'll go and fetch myself a Dalincia or a Berserker. I think I have some of them, some of these deployed out over there somewhere. And I got less than an hour before raiding time, so that's less than an hour of the NPC, my own trolls, not attacking me, not damaging me. I will be right back. I'm back. Alright, don't fall down. Don't fall down. Alright, say in a vault now. So it's a semi-safe. I think I should try a maze at some point. Mostly because I avoid it at all costs normally. I wanna see if that weapon is any viable. I'll take it. I'll go and get an upgrade for it. Get some more oil there. And to the smithy. Missed the smith already. Ha! Yes, so if I'm getting lost in my own base, and the enemies surely will as well. Now, should I put the ammo penetration or extra damage on that? It's got some ammo penetration, and I think it's gonna be a PvE weapon. Again. So just put a damage on it. It looks nice. Send that down. Send down myself. Faster way. Alright, you wanna taste the mace? And I missed. Wow, did that finisher hit him 3 times? Good. Okay, so what should I test the maze on? I'm thinking Cimmerians. Should have taken a truncheon in case I find Valencia, but I already got enough of them really. That's a South Lake, that's the wrong one. And that's the one. Actually, let me recall what movesets this atrocity has. Alright. Oh, it's the first two is the truncheon, really. Basically a truncheon. A truncheon that I should have on me right now. For the berserker. Actually, I'll go into the base and see. Steel bar check. Leather. Check. Branches. That might be a problem. Branches here then. I'll just put it here. Oh, well, I mean, I don't need them trowels all that much. Since all my old ones they don't rebel, I'm not low on trowels by any means. Okay, the game keeps playing the aggro music on me. There's nothing aggro in me.
Who approaches?
Die, outsider! Cross, boxy balls!
Okay.
Your death will be as meaningless as your life! Die, outsider!
Yeah, just been
Meaningless as your
interrupted
life!
in the heavy combos.
Your
It does deal damage, but its combo potential is lacking. Like the second hit of the heavy combo, right after this one, it comes pretty quickly, but when you try to put it after the light attack, yeah, all of a sudden it has like additional frames of animation, makes it longer. I'll be trying the light, heavy now. Maybe I should try heavy, light, heavy. We'll see. It was quite easy to miss with the second light. after the heavy launches here in a direction. And the Lincia's there, so I won't kill her. Maybe I'll find a truncheon on other Cimmerians. Oh, there's a whole party.
Stand and be seen.
Your death will be as meaningless as you like.
He came anyway. Yes, I can see what the problem with maces. A light combo is just bad because it's a truncheon, and people already prefer to choose a blunted javelin to knock throws out, which is a thrown weapon and shouldn't be better than a dedicated melee weapon by any means, but is so. And with the heavy combo, as much as it does have the damage potential, the delays in between the hits allow the enemies to actually counter you, to do counter attacks, while pretty much every other weapon, once you get the combo going, it will last, and they will keep stagger locking the enemy as long as you're hitting with the combo. It's not the case with mace, however. Not just been interrupted during the heavy attack, so I'm gonna let you kill each other. Oh, you're not going to. So where should I go and test it next? I think I'll try to kill a dragon hatchling with mace and see how that goes.
Oh!
Ah, I'm going in the right direction for change. Hey, so it's supposedly the weapon to choose against shields. Let's find out. not impressed. Well, on the good side of the mace is the attack that actually goes through shields is a double hit. But as with all finishers, you barely ever use these in PvP. Because you barely ever get the chance, right? Oh, come on. I think I'm just gonna lose you somewhere. Come on, follow me. For now. So the devs were wondering that they removed the corruption gain from everywhere in the unnamed city because it was the unnamed city, the dreaded unnamed city, and nobody wanted to visit it. But I think it's these guys that actually are putting people off coming here. There's way too many of them. They don't stagger. And there's way too many of them with shields, as one can see, and they don't drop anything. So this could be it as well. Alright, Dragon, it's you and me. Okay, it's definitely not good to attack the hatchlings with heavy. No light. Yeah, I would have to roll after every attack. Nope. Mace is still terrible. Downright terrible. Yeah, map room you only go there once, and Dragon Bones you only come to the side of the city. It's actually quite a shame because there's some nice looking locations there. There shouldn't be any enemies that don't drop anything really. I mean, aside from animals at least. Well, if it's not dropping you meat and hides. Yeah, there is a giant snake, but he's got the HP of a world boss now, so good luck killing that. So Mace, if you ever think of equipping one and using it, don't. Unless you're using the love tap to knock trolls unconscious. Yeah, that's a good mace, that's a great mace. That's the only mace that is useful for anything. But honestly, most of the attack moves in this game, seems like an animator never held a weapon in his entire life in his hands. Even if he did, then he probably didn't know how to use it anyway. I mean, if you're holding the end of the spear, like this close to you, then the second attack of the light, love tap, because it's a truncheon. It's a great truncheon, and that's about as much useful as it can get out of mace. So the second attack of the light combo, I mean, you can see that in her right hand, the end of the spear is sticking out, not by much. So why would you attack with that end then? And then this. Well, yeah, spear is pretty decent when it comes to animation, except for the second light attack, which is, well, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But the heavy, yeah. That's a decent move that people would use in real life. But the finisher. What? I mean, why would you make a pirouette? Why would you spin around to thrust? First to AoE, right, but the second one has look at the range of the second hit. It's not really that great. This is much worse. No range, no range, no range, and some range. Animation lockdown. Slow. Slow. The animation lockdown. But this. I mean, two-handed swords. Basically, in history, when they invented swords, they started using great swords and long swords These were the final go-to weapons in medieval times, and even some centuries onwards. Mostly, well, you could, because of the versatility of the weapons, and on the battlefield, the great swords, the soldiers that were wielding the great swords, the longest one of them, they were going against pikeman formation, and most of the time, in a formation of greatsword wielders, they would use it as a spear, and they would thrust with it very often. And well, swords has this pointy end. It's ideal for thrust. So, how many thrust attack do we have? We only got the light combo that's trying to cut the head of herself with the first attack, right? I mean, you got the weapon there on the right side of you. It's just ready to take a swing immediately, just like the moles do, but does that instead. It's like, whoa. Well, first of all, you're trying to cut your head. Second of all, you're doing all this spinning it around for whatever reason, and then you place it in the one hand. That's a two-handed weapon. You don't... What? Yeah, most of the... It's like 3 out of 4 attacks. She's using a single hand for a two-handed sword. Check this out. One-handed, that's two-handed, and that's the beginning of it. It's one-handed. And I mean, the second and the third light attacks, they're pretty decent attacks for the reality of how you would use a sword. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And I was really, it's not very realistic that light finish, but it is actually a copy of a hit that Conan makes in the 2011 Conan Barbarian movie. No, it's not Conan Barbarian, it's just Conan. The movie from 2011. You know, where Conan is played by Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones. At the end of the movie, he is doing that exact swing that we have as a light finisher here. As in this one. So, yeah, I can take that. I mean, it's a reference to the movie. It's good enough. It's like that. But and there's the heavy combos of the 200 sword. What is this? I mean... What? Again, you have a sword up. All you need to do is swing it downwards on the head of the enemy, and definitely not put it on the other side of your body. Definitely don't put it on the other side of your body. No one would ever attack like this in real life with a 200, so not a chance that will work. I mean, you're just giving your intentions a mile away. Someone would just step to the side, laugh, and kill you. This is pretty good. This is a nice swipe, the second attack. This is spinning around. So 200 swords. To be honest, if they would put that exact all these animations and make it a 200 axe and just replace the sword with a 200 axe, I'd be alright with it, because there's a lot of swings and stuff like this and you normally wouldn't do with a sword, but with an axe they are somewhat viable. And as I said before, great sword wielders in a human history, warfare, they were trusting with great swords a lot. We don't have a single trust animation with a great sword. Did I damage it? I did. Oh well, it's a 200 sword, that is not a Teddy Sorrow, so. Oh, you see, I moved my mouse and she didn't go all the way up. I'll demonstrate it actually. If you hold the W and don't use your mouse at all, she will do this. Right? But if you do move your mouse, as I'm going to do now, right? She would go back. You see? So if you're trying to climb up and things like this, don't move your mouse. The funny thing about a 200 sword is that it's actually useful in PvE, because of the sheer damage potential. And because it's pretty easy to make a tell you sorrow, which is the best 200 sword, right? You just kill Tyrus the Deathbringer, drops it every time. Well, the heart to produce it. Hello, Tango. I got a phone call. I will be right back. I'm back. Oh wait, did someone just block it off? Yeah, someone just locked it off. Oh, it's a bit away from where I was going. Yeah. See if I have any trolls stored. Oh, we do. Could be. I'll take May and Varus. And I'll leave that NPC in there. Is that legendary? Ah, it is. It's a shame I don't have a function on me. Pretty close to the queen here. Oh, that is. A chest with nothing. And a waterfall. Geronimo. Hooray, I didn't die. so hard to read. You're gonna do a stomp? Yes, you are. How did you hit me? No idea. How did that hit me? By the way, it's getting a sandstorm in here. So it's inside and in the jungle. I'm getting a sandstorm. And I'm getting damaged by a sandstorm. What? That is interesting. Let me guess, you wanna make the statues dance can-can, right? Come on, I wanna stun block you. Not the hardest of bosses. Obviously get a recipe here if you don't have it yet. Alright, now the sandbag because of that sound didn't play when the lasers were actually activating, so it's gonna play now instead, right? Yep, even underwater, that sounds gonna annoy me. Put away the trolls in the base. getting bombarded with phone calls today. Oh, that's a good question actually. Let me go and see. I'll go and put away the good boy there. It could be the it could have been the dancer, but oh, it could have been a gorilla because they are below me, but I'm not. Oh, hello. I'm putting away some stuff in the vaults. I will be probably logging out soon to call back all these people that I just said I will call back. By the way, I will not be streaming on Saturday because it's my brother's wedding, so I might not wanna miss that. Especially that I'm the witness, so. Also, I am receiving so many phone calls right now. Might persist until Saturday. You know, Derek, I might actually do it. Don't challenge me. I'm known to do weird stuff. Imagine that. Can you pass the rings? Hold on. I'm finishing this dragon now. It is. I am slowly but eventually getting used to it. It's just that oh, now I remember what I wanted to do down there. I wanted to take the lift out. So that it's not as easy to get up here. No. Trolls and lifts, they don't really go together well. Yeah, removing is good. Especially that when you have a, like me, I have a bed up here, so even if I mess something up, I can always remove the bracelet and just respawn up here. I also have about a dozen or so elevators, just in case. Considering there's not much PvP going on in here at all, I would not consider anyone being an alpha here. Alright, I'm gonna rest up here then. And start doing the phone calls. So yeah, sorry for finishing a bit earlier today. And thanks for watching. I'll hope to see you tomorrow.